Welcome, Grenada, Carriacou, and Peter Monic, and the rest of the world. I'd like to officially welcome you to another Mikey Live program. My name is Mikey Hutchinson, and we are coming to you live from the Spice Isle of the Caribbean. People, we are here to tell you what's making the news. We've got the good, we've got the bad, and we've got the Mikey for you. Brace yourself, it's going to be a good day, night, morning, whatever time of the day it is that you're looking at this program. And if you're looking at it live right now, well, hello to you. You're about to end your day. Now, folks, let's talk about what's making the headline. Of course, we're just coming out of a very festive weekend, and you'd like to know what's taking place. Well, here's what. St. George's men, in fact, remanded for a spate of breakings, thieving, going into people's house and thing. We'll talk to you about that. Now, there was an event in St. Andrew with over 500 persons in attendance over the Easter weekend that had to be shut down by police. You understand? It doesn't stop there. Bathway, again, concern for the police. And several arrests were made over the Easter weekend. We'll talk to you about that. One man loses his arm from a trapping incident, while another was stabbed. We'll explain that to you. 39 vehicular accidents over the Easter weekend. Tell you it's a lot. And the NDC, they are responding to the Prime Minister's national address as well. GTAWU is calling for solidarity with public sector and RBTT ACB Caribbean workers. And the GUT is to stage a protest on Wednesday. So it's Red Wednesday all around tomorrow. God's willing. Where, when, we don't know. You'll just see it happening. All right? Let's just see what tomorrow brings where that is concerned. St. Vincent and the Grenadines, over the weekend, series of activities as a result. Well, like quakes, quakes associated with the La Soufriere volcano. We'll talk about that if we get some time tonight, all right? Because we have quite a bit to tell you about. Folks, we got to let you know that the headlines was brought to you through the kind compliments of the Real Value IGA Supermarket, as well as the Communal Cooperative Credit Union, the Housing Authority of Grenada, Quartz Grenada Limited, Digicel, Nawasa. We want to say thank you to you guys, and of course the Ministry of Health, all right? Thanks so much for supporting this program. Folks, we are taking a break, and when we return from that break, it could be real news in Ole Lili Lolo. So brace all yourself, and for those of you who have not yet shared the program, we want to encourage you to please do so, because when you do so, that's how other people from other areas get to know that the program is live, all right? So do the business. We will be back.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Free delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA Online Store, where good food begins.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business,
for your education,
for your financial freedom.
for that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016 or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Safe, effective COVID-19 vaccines will offer protection against the virus, helping to prevent death and serious illness. But how do they actually work? Like other vaccines, such as the flu shot, COVID-19 vaccines will be given with a needle. This triggers an immune response in the body, which is the body's natural way of defending itself. The vaccine will strengthen your immune system by training it to recognise and fight against the virus that causes COVID-19. Vaccines may contain either killed or weakened versions of the virus that causes the disease, or a small part of the virus, such as a protein. There is no risk that you will get the disease from a vaccine. When your immune system recognises this virus or parts of it in the vaccine as being foreign, it responds by creating memory cells and antibodies that will protect you against future infection or disease. As a result, you'll be less likely to have severe COVID-19 symptoms after a vaccination.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. NAWASA, committed to meeting customers' needs.
All right, and again, we'd like to officially welcome you, if you are just joining us, to another Mikey Live program. It is a pleasure to have you here with us. All right, so folks, let's get straight into what's making the news. We have got some notices for you and so on. Let's just do that quickly. Now, the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force hereby advises the general public and in particular motorists that rehabilitation works are ongoing right now on a culvert located along the Western Main Road, and that is in close proximity to the Perseverance landfill. Now, as a result of this, they say, effective 9 o'clock on Thursday, 8th April 2021, a temporary bypass will be created in the said vicinity, and that is to facilitate the flow of traffic, and that is during the rehabilitation works. Now, motorists, you and the members of the public, you are expected to see some delays, or you should expect to see a little bit of delay. All right, so the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force would like to thank you for your understanding and your cooperation, and they regret any inconvenience that may be caused as a result of this, but they say that this is necessary. Okay, now as well, the Traffic Department of the Royal Grenada Police Force invites all truckers and haulers to an important meeting at the Grenada Trade Center Annex Building, St. George, on Wednesday, 14th April 2021 at 4:30 p.m. Now, the purpose of this meeting is to discuss matters relating to inspection and licensing of trucks and trailers, and to address other concerns that these operators may wish to bring to the attention of the authorities. The Royal Grenada Police Force would like to thank you for your cooperation. And I know that last week they were having meetings and so on with bikers and so. Interesting approach. Now, boy, vaccine, right? That's the talk of the day. And, well, the ministry, they had put out a schedule to inform persons as to where they will be, and in terms of the times and so on, that the vaccination will be done. And, well, it's currently on your screen. So for tomorrow, they will be at the stadium from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And then on Thursday, 8, they'll be at the Radisson. On Friday 9th, they'll be at the stadium and Radisson. And on Saturday, they'll be at the stadium and Radisson. That's for this week. And of course, you can see the schedule there as well for next week. Monday, the 12th, Stadium and Radisson. On the 13th, Radisson. On the 14th, Stadium and Radisson. On the 15th, Radisson. On the 16th, Stadium, Munich and Latant. And on the 17th, La Porterie, Tivoli, and Chantimel. So you may want to take a note of this. Well, in fact, we've posted this on our page, so you can go ahead and get that from our page, all right? Yeah, you could just download it or something like that, and you'll be able to have it with you, all right? We are moving on. The next thing that we have to tell you about, by officers at, oh God, break-ins and things. People are still thief. I mean, no, like seriously. People are still thief in this COVIDious time, like breaking into people's property. Jesus. Now, anyway, let's tell you about this. Right now, officers attached to the Criminal Investigations Department St. George's arrested and charged a River Road resident for 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yo, 12 property crimes over the weekend. Charged with 6 counts of stealing, 5 counts of housebreaking, and 1 count of attempted breaking. Is 43-year-old Joshua James, and man, a nice name and thing, you know. Joshua James, JJ. What's going on, dog? Yeah? The value of articles stolen ranges between $8,000 to $10,000. Yeah? You're a boss. In an unrelated matter, 18 years old Renee Francis of Lappery, St. George, was also charged, according to police, for stealing a motor vehicle valued $20,000. Who steals a vehicle? I mean, we get about a drive. Is that a boy or girl? He says Renee. Yeah, steal a vehicle. I mean, both men. They were men. They were man. Appeared at the St. George's Magistrates Court on Tuesday 6, that's today, and were remanded to Her Majesty's Prison and will reappear in court on April 16, 2021. Man, steal the vehicle. What I'm talking about, man. I mean, it's weekend. It's the weekend. Everybody want to make a move. And I mean, everybody want to make a little move. You know what I mean? Vehicle hard these days to come by when it comes to rental. Rental or available. And the man say, well, you know what I mean? Let me borrow. Let's not borrow. Like that talk. Yeah, I mean, I think Mikey, that's serious business here, but yo, like get serious, I said I serious matter there. Anyway, so getting back to the business, so you hear what's going on there now. So they will be reappearing to court on April 16, right? Oh yeah, the next thing that we have to tell you about, boy, the GUT credit union, you know, they just always be doing like a thing and thing, and then when they do the little thing, we just want to tell all you about it. Once there's good things happening, all you please let us know about it so that we can tell the world about it, all right? So here's what, just to briefly tell you about that, the GUT Credit Union, all right, GTCU, they have donated $1,000 to the Golden Rock Kids Club to help develop a literacy corner for young people, sorry. Now, the Golden Rock Kid Club is a non-for-profit organization in Brunswick, all right, and is geared towards improved literacy for children on the island of Carriacou. currently it supports over 30 children from Jane Pear in the north to Harveyville in the south. You understand? Now they're saying GTAWU is dedicated to supporting our community here in Carriacou. And that's according to Marsha Douglas, officer in charge of the GTAWU's Carriacou branch. It says that we believe that our readers of today become our leaders of tomorrow. And so we are happy to contribute to such an important initiative. You understand? Yeah, man. When you see a thing like that happening in the community, just let us know about it, because we want people to know them good things that happen there. Yeah, I mean, all yeah. Hear that piece now. The Grenada Technical and Allied Workers Union, GTAWU, they say that they are calling on all of its members and members of the general public to wear something red. Red union t-shirt, red top, or red ribbon tomorrow, Wednesday, April 6, 2021, as a show of support and solidarity with public sector workers and workers of the RBTT Bank Grenada Limited, now the ACB Caribbean. The bank has transitioned into new ownership, leaving unresolved matters still on the table. There have been consecutive protest activity for the past few days happening down there. You understand? With a hope that the workers were going to see some sort of redress to their plight. But for now, nothing no go so. You understand? Andre Lewis, President General of the Technical and Allied Workers Union, he accuses the bank of trying to run away with them people money, run away to ditch the responsibilities that they have to the workers. You understand? And they said they would not allow that to happen. Last week, them people was out protesting in the rain.
What we know is that a meeting has been scheduled for 11 o'clock today between the parties. The Ministry of Labour called a meeting to try to resolve the matter. But we are outside here struggling. Rain, thunder, lightning. We will be outside fighting. Yes? And this fight is designed, as we have said, to protect the interests and the right of the Grenadian worker from the foreign banks and the foreign companies and the foreign owners who feel they could do us what they want. Right, look at the workers, it's raining. It's raining and they're here. Watch them. It's raining. Right? And it speaks to their resolve. It speaks to how deep that means to them. Yes? So here we are. What we know.
That was last week. You understand? So I guess as much the meeting that he spoke of here, well, I don't know the result of it. If at the end of the day, the bank was able to leave, kinda, and the workers are still without any satisfaction. But they are saying that they're not stopping. They're continuing. All right? And as for Red Wednesday, Jude Bartholomew, who is the current head of the Grenada Union of Teachers, says that tomorrow is going to be a big day for the teachers. They ain't saying where, you know what I mean? They ain't saying to what extent, but they say it's going to be a Red Wednesday. They'll be out in the streets, walking peacefully. And they have a right to do so. So tomorrow going to be a very interesting day in Grenada. Because here we have the Technical and Allied Workers Union telling people to come out with the red. And then you have the GUT saying, the Grenada Union of Teachers, saying the same thing. All your players go mash up tomorrow. You understand? Well, anyway, let me see that piece. Let me see that piece. I ain't come here for that, yeah? Let me move on. Oh, yeah. The police had their hands full over the weekend. From one incident to the next. Imagine there was an incident an event with over 500 persons in attendance with music, hell, Juve kind of style party, boy. You understand? The police say, well, what are they doing, dog? You know what I mean? They're very concerned about that. So they are saying over the Easter weekend, they had to intervene in several large events, to shut down some of those events because, hey, it was just making no sense.
Several large gatherings were noticed at beaches and other venues throughout the country. On the eastern side of the island, 4 businesses in particular were shut down. 2 of them, they were granted permission to operate. The other 2, they were not granted permission to operate. And they had to be shut down because they exceeded the allotted amount of patrons for public gatherings. These business owners were also notified that charges will be preferred against them. And one in particular of concern to us was a gathering at Tivoli in St. Andrew, where that activity had in excess of 500 persons in attendance. And as I stated earlier, no permission for this activity, nor was permission granted for playing of amplified music at that activity.
Thank you very much. And that's Corporal Claudina, you understand? And she also said that, hey, Bathway again. Bathway was also a concern for them.
In relation to Bathway area specifically, our main concern, our main challenge for that area was the large gatherings, large crowds at that venue, at that vicinity. Issues with traffic control and so on was not of major concern to us. There were a total of 39 vehicular accidents, of which 2 were...
Hold on, my friend, now. Hold on. Take your time with me now. Bring me up. So give me 2 minutes, let me talk, man. It's that one. So here's what. Several arrests were made over the weekend as well. There was a video on social media in circulation by way where 2 women were fighting by, the police. They got involved with that one too, and they're saying that the women will be brought to court for fighting in a public place and other things like that. They also caught a man breaking COVID-19 protocols, and of course he also had sauce up and thing. You want to know where he get at? You understand? So he too was charged.
For arrests made under the period, 1 individual in St. Andrews area was also arrested for breaches in relation to the COVID-19 regulations, and he was also found with a quantity of sauce up in his possession and was charged for that as well. In relation to 2 young ladies who were seen fighting in a video over the weekend, both individuals were also arrested and charged for fighting in a public place and causing harm.
All right, thank you very much for that. Now, they say that sauersup is the new golden food. Sauersup is like the thing right now. You understand? And so that is why you find a lot of people are trying to steal the sauersup and thing. Well, I'm saying if I had to come out to that political party, I feel I want to do the sauersup as a symbol. Okay, real followers. Anyway, really that talk. Hey, all to get serious now, but a man was chopped, on the Easter weekend as well. And he remains hospitalized. In fact, he lost an arm as a result of that incident. There was also a stabbing incident that happened in St. George's. So one happened in St. Andrew, and the other happened in St. George.
There was also a chopping in the parish of St. Andrew, Moncton to be precise, during the hours of Thursday night into Friday morning, and 1 man is presently hospitalized at the General Hospital. Due to the severity of his wound, his hand had to be amputated, and he's still warded at the hospital. There was also a stabbing at H.A. Street, St. George's, and that victim is also hospitalized at the General Hospital. Police continue their search for both perpetrators of these acts.
Wow. So you see, there are quite a bit of incidents that took place. In terms of accidents, boy, imagine, right? It started on Thursday nights. 39 vehicular accidents over the Easter holiday. There were some other breaches as well. There were a total of 274 fixed penalties issued, or fixed penalty tickets issued. 11 vehicles were impounded due to the vehicles not being insured. You understand? Even COVID tickets, people who violated the COVID regulations, I think there were about 32 of that were preferred on these offenders. Would you imagine all of that? The police had their hands really full.
There were a total of 39 vehicular accidents, of which 2 were serious, and a total of 274 fixed penalty tickets were issued. These tickets were issued during regular routine checks and stop and search operations that were conducted during the period under review. A total of 11 vehicles were impounded due to those vehicles not being insured, and 9 persons were charged for driving without being the holders of driver's license. 32 COVID violation tickets were issued, and a number of business owners and other individuals were notified, and they are expected to be charged for several breaches under the regulations. And as I stated earlier, they were all notified, and once the charges are preferred against them, an update will be forwarded to the media.
Thank you very much. All right. So, and these are some of the major challenges that the police had to deal with over the Easter holiday. Well, as we were saying last Thursday, I believe it was, usually, unfortunately, as history would have it, there is some sort of drowning during the Easter vacation or the Easter holidays. Well, good news is that we have not heard of any of that for 2021. So we have not heard of any drowning incidents, and in general, we have not heard of anyone who died as a result of any incident relating to the Easter holidays. But police say that some of the activity that they saw happening over the Easter weekend concerns them. In particular, children underage drinking, they say, is a major concern for the police right now. And they also say that the children behaving in a kind of way that seem to be new. You understand? The new craze. Well, we're going to tell all about that tomorrow, God's willing, because we see that we're running out of time. You understand? So thank you very much, Corporal Claudina Douglas McLean, for giving us that information. We're moving on. Are we looking for time? Oh, yeah. Now, the National Democratic Congress, the NDC, now they are responding to the Prime Minister's national address. You understand? The party seem to be disappointed in the Prime Minister's address, and we have Adrian Thomas Persuader, who is currently the party leader. They have published on social media a address as well, a rebuttal. Now, according to Persuader and the NDC, the Prime Minister has shown that he is only able to manage in good times, but failed to live up to the task during a crisis.
Brothers and sisters, we all tuned in on our various devices to listen to the national address by the Prime Minister. Once more, our expectations of an inspiring and uplifting address were dashed. 1 year since Grenada recorded its first COVID case, 1 year since we accepted that the disruption brought on by the pandemic, life as we know it will never be the same. 1 year since all of us realize that to achieve national sustainable growth in future, there must be a paradigm shift. in the areas we depend on as engines of economic growth. 1 year, and Prime Minister Mitchell and his cabinet remain stagnated in the same old mold. In the address, Prime Minister Mitchell exposed himself to be a ruler for the good times. His arrogant, chastising, disrespectful, and impatient tone exposed that he is unable to govern in a crisis or to think outside the box when challenged.
Yeah, boy. He said that the Prime Minister is only a good times Prime Minister and that they cannot be trusted.
Mitchell is only good for when things are good. Brothers and sisters, we all have come to realize that Dr. Mitchell and his NMP put themselves in the political self-interest before that of the people. He therefore constantly breaks promises made and bamboozles with lies. For this reason, the workers of Grenada simply cannot trust him.
Thank you very much, sir. And we are moving on. Folks, we have received our latest COVID-19 dashboard. That's right. And here we have from today, the 6th of April, the following data. Grenada has had a total of 156 confirmed cases of COVID-19 to date. Now, of that amount, 78 were imported. And, well, you know, the total recovered cases are 154. Total active case remains at 1. And, of course, in terms of the number of persons who've been vaccinated with their first dose is 10,470. And the number of persons who've received their second dose of vaccination is 4. So here we see now that the government has started administering, or the Ministry of Health has started administering the second dose of COVID-19 vaccines to persons. Now, Grenada will this week receive its first allocation of COVID-19 vaccines under the COVAX arrangement, which seeks to accelerate the development and manufacture of COVID-19 vaccines and promote fair and equitable access for countries around the world. The Ministry of Health has confirmed that the shipment of 24,000 doses will arrive on Wednesday, April 7th. Grenada is one of several Caribbean countries that will receive the AstraZeneca vaccines this week. The additional vaccines come at a time when Grenada is ramping up its vaccination program across the country. In his recent address to the nation, Prime Minister Dr. Keith Mitchell cited vaccination as the key to getting Grenada to the post-COVID chapter. He said that vaccination holds the key to any possible return to life as we know it. If we fail to get on board, we run the risk of being left behind as the rest of the world goes back to normal. Some countries are already identifying vaccination as an entry requirement for visitors. Some airlines are making vaccination mandatory for travelers, and as the cruise ship or the cruise industry prepares to set sail again, some cruise lines are already outlining vaccination requirements for both passengers and crew. That was the Prime Minister making that statement. All right, and so to date, more than 10,000 Grenadians will, of course, have been vaccinated. And I believe that out of the amount that we are receiving tomorrow, we are to return some of that to countries who have loaned us some of their doses. But we'll have clarity on that for you tomorrow, God's willing. Today, we found out that the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago, Dr. Keith Rowley, was tested positive for the COVID-19. In a statement on Tuesday morning, the Office of the Prime Minister said that Rowley started experiencing flu-like symptoms last Monday and was subsequently tested for the virus. The Prime Minister is now in isolation under medical supervision. A swarm of volcanic tectonic VT earthquakes at La Soufriere volcano started in St. Vincent on Monday morning. According to the National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, several of the earthquakes, which began from 7 a.m. local time, are strong enough to be felt by communities on the flanks of the volcano. It says that we have had reports of earthquakes being felt in Fancy and Sandy Bay. These earthquakes are continuing and we will continue to provide updates on any changes in activity at the volcano. That's according to NEMO. Now, they've had quite a number of shakes, but in terms of evacuation plans and so on, no, that is not being recommended at this time. We've posted information on that on our website, so you can go check it out. We are running out of time, so I'll have to stop here, take a quick break, and when we return, we'll have for you the national report and the weather. And we also would like to remind you that you can check out our website, MikeyLive.com, for many of the stories that you hear on the program. You can check out our website for that. And of course, if you have not yet done so, please, we want to encourage you to please follow and like our page so that you can get regular updates. We'll be back with the national report and the weather.
Running low on groceries? Why not visit realvalueiga.com and experience our new online shopping platform? Place your order, then go out and enjoy your day to spend more time with friends and family. Delivery available within select locations or in-store pickup available. Sounds simple, right? It is. Stress less, live more with Real Value IGA online store, where good food begins.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
You want a hand sanitizer to do 3 things: kill germs, be gentle, and to go where you go. You can get all of that in our hand sanitizer. Hard on germs, gentle on hands, affordable. Remember, hand sanitizers contain alcohol. Keep away from heat and flames and avoid contact with eyes. Available at retailers island-wide.
A message by the Grenada Distillers Limited.
We support you at every stage of your life.
For business.
For your education.
For your financial freedom.
For that new ride.
Upgrade your life with the Communal. Contact us today.
How going on, boy?
Hey, good old things.
Hey, easy.
Yeah.
Boy, in line, boy. Your house looking a real good day.
Boy, it's thanks to the hard-working and professional staff at the Housing Authority of Grenada. They handled me real nice. They did my plan, they did the construction, and I didn't even have to worry about a thing. They were there with me every step of the way, supervising the job, asking me about my concerns, giving me feedback as the house took shape. They were there from start to finish, and even put the keys in the palm of my hand. I give them an A++ for customer service.
Oh, it's people from housing bad, boy.
Boy, not bad. Excellent. If you're thinking about constructing your home, why not consult the Housing Authority of Grenada? You could visit them right down in the Sandino complex, or give them a call 440-1015 or 440-1016, or check out their website hag473.com. They go handle you. They go jog your blocks, they go draw your plan, they go tote your materials. Hey man, where you going? The Housing Authority of Grenada is your choice for affordable housing and a stress-free construction experience.
Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store now has amazing deals, special discounted prices on wedding sets, watches, and selected jewelry. We sell top brand jewelry and watches like Citizen at the best price. We offer the best deals and customer service on the island. Opening hours Mondays to Saturdays, 9:30 a.m. to 5 p.m. Diamond Intercontinental Jewelry Store, located at the Esplanade Mall, St. George's, Grenada. Visit or call us today for 14-3114-232-1234 or WhatsApp 533-1581. Sale is on for a limited time only.
Are you prepared for the hurricane season? Do you have a plan? Remember, water is essential in any emergency plan. Determine your family's water needs. Ensure your storage containers are food grade and store at minimum 35 gallons of water per person per day for at least 1 week. Understand that your planning may be different this year because of the need to protect yourself and others from COVID-19. Take the necessary actions to ensure that your household has an adequate stored water supply should there be an interruption. Be prepared. Nawasa, committed to meeting customers' needs.
Anywhere at any time and have it delivered to you right here in Grenada at yogo.gd.
Grenada to receive its COVAX allocation of COVID-19 vaccines on Wednesday. Details to this story and more in the National Report. With the details to the news for Tuesday, April 6th, I am Chrisanne Mitchell. Grenada will this week receive its first allocation of COVID-19 vaccines under the COVAX arrangements, which seeks to accelerate the development and manufacture of COVID-19 vaccines and promote fair and equitable access for countries around the world. The Ministry of Health has confirmed that the shipment of 24,000 doses will arrive on Wednesday, April 7th. Grenada is one of the several Caribbean countries that will receive the AstraZeneca vaccines this week. The additional vaccines comes at a time when Grenada is ramping up its vaccination program across the country. In his recent address to the nation, Prime Minister Dr. The Right Honorable Keith Mitchell cited vaccination as the key to getting Grenada to the post-COVID chapter. He said, and I quote, "Vaccination holds the key to any possible return to life as we know it. If we fail to get on board, we run the risk of being left behind as the rest of the world goes back to normal." Some countries are already identifying vaccination as an entry requirement for visitors. Some airlines are making vaccinations mandatory for travelers, and as the cruise industry prepares to set sail again, some cruise lines are already outlining vaccination requirements for both passengers and crew, unquote. The Prime Minister, who has already received his first dose of the vaccine, encouraged everyone who meets the eligibility criteria to get vaccinated. To date, more than 10,000 Grenadians have been vaccinated. The uptake is slower than health officials would like, but the ministry is continuing its education campaign and increasing the number of locations where the vaccine can be obtained. Continuing the news, local medical doctor Mayana Charles says from a global point of view, Grenada has done well to minimize the number of people infected with COVID-19. She was speaking during a national discussion on COVID-19, which was held recently at the St. George's Baptist Church. Grenada has recorded just over 150 positive COVID-19 cases, most of them import-related, with one death.
It's 76% after your first dose and 82.4% after your second dose. Now, that percentage does not refer to the population. It refers to an individual. So what that means, right, that if you get vaccinated, there is 76% chance after your first dose that you are protected from COVID as an individual, right? If you ask me, 76% protection is better than zero protection.
Dr. Charles says, based on scientific review, the AstraZeneca vaccine provides good protection. She also addressed controversial information in circulation about the efficacy of the vaccine and its alleged links to blood clots in a few people who have received the vaccine.
This has been evaluated before by the European medical regulators, by the World Health Organization, and what was concluded from that is that the occurrence of clots normally in the general population is not more than the occurrence in persons who receive the vaccine, right? And I know there are new concerns. For instance, Germany, they have halted use of the AstraZeneca vaccine because of rare blood clots. Scientists from the WHO earlier on this week has, reiterated again that there is no proven link between the AstraZeneca vaccine and those clots.
In an effort to reach as much of the population who are desirous of receiving the vaccine, the government, through the Ministry of Health, has activated some additional vaccination sites for the month of April. Plans are in the making to stage a second investments migration roundtable in November this year. The roundtable, an initiative of the Grenada Cooperative Bank Limited, was first held in November 2020 and brought together industry stakeholders, including representatives from the legal and financial sectors, as well as government and the Citizenship by Investment Unit. Wilvan Granger, Executive Manager of Sales and Services at the Grenada Cooperative Bank, says based on the successful staging of the inaugural event, the bank is keen to again create a platform for stakeholders to engage in frank discussion on the investment migration matters. The objective, he says, is to help strengthen Grenada's strategy and framework for developing investment migration as a sustainable sector for the economy.
This, we believe, is an annual engagement, and we will continue that. We already set a date. November of this year will be the second conference, and we'll be looking to improve. We have shared a report with all participants, and we await feedback so we can build and be better this year, God's willing.
Granger underscored the significance of investment migration as a development imperative for countries, as there seems to be a general misconception of the idea.
For economies to strive and develop, two things have to happen. There must be inward flow of capital and skilled labor, right? And that is what investment migration is all about. The movement of capital into your country, and of course skilled labor, which you can get from your new citizens afterwards. Several developed states have very strong and robust investment migration programs, which they have been using for their own development needs. And of course, we should do the same, given that we have seen the benefits of those investment migration programs worldwide. You can utilize, of course, the government initiative is to utilize the funds for infrastructural development, and this is good revenue, right, to be received to support your infrastructural development, and whether it is in health, whether it is road, or whatever the case is. So we have to ensure that we have that framework, we support those development initiatives.
Granger says, as the only indigenous bank on the island, the Grenada Cooperative Bank is prepared to support any development initiatives of the government. This is the National Report. More news after the break. Welcome back. The Ministry of Sports, Culture and the Arts, Fisheries and Cooperatives will launch a 13-week program in music production for students at secondary schools. The program will be launched on Wednesday, April 7th, 2021 at 11 a.m. at the newly constructed studio facility at MacDonald College, St. Patrick, and will run from April 12th to July 9th, 2021. Students will be presented with a program outline along with a demonstration of the equipment and operations. The ministry will also launch its newly produced online teaching aid program for the performing arts. The program was developed by tutors in the Division of Culture and the Arts and is intended to provide current students and beginners with a platform to develop skills needed in music and dance. It will be broadcast weekly for students and the general public. And finally, in the news, the Royal Grenada Police Force has reported an increase in crowd numbers over the Easter weekend. With the curfew in place from midnight to 4 a.m., many used the long holiday weekend to assemble at the usual hotspots in various parts of the country.
On the eastern side of the island, 4 businesses in particular were shut down. 2 of them, they were granted permission to operate. The other 2, they were not granted permission to operate. And they had to be shut down because they exceeded the allotted amount of patrons for public gatherings. These business owners were also notified that charges will be preferred against them. And one in particular of concern to us was a gathering at Tivoli in St. Andrew, where that activity had in excess of 500 persons in attendance. And as I stated earlier, no permission for this activity, nor was permission granted for playing of amplified music at that activity.
That was Corporal Cordina Douglas McLean, who is attached to the Community Relations Department. The RGPF recorded 1 chopping incident in the parish of St. Andrew and 1 stabbing in St. George's. Data from the Traffic Relations Department was also updated.
There were a total of 39 vehicular accidents, of which 2 were serious, and a total of 274 fixed penalty tickets were issued. These tickets were issued during regular routine checks and stop and search operations that were conducted during the period under review. A total of 11 vehicles were impounded due to those vehicles not being insured, and 9 persons were charged for driving without being the holders of driver's license.
There was an increase in visitor arrivals on the Sister Isles. However, no major law enforcement issues were recorded. That story has ended the national report for today, Tuesday, April 6, 2021. On behalf of the entire news and production team here at the Government Information Service, I am Chrisanne Mitchell saying thank you for joining us.
Thank you very much. And here comes your weather as prepared by the Met Office. The weather expected to be partly cloudy and hazy with a medium chance of a few brief isolated showers. And tonight's minimum temperature is expected to be about 24, and that's the minimum, right? 24 degrees Celsius. Winds northeasterly to easterly at 8 to 18 miles per hour. Seas slight to moderate with waves 3 to 5 feet in open water. All right. And the tides will be high at around midnight. And folks, that's it right there. Have yourself a good night. I wish you all the best and your family. But no, what am I doing? Before I go out and big up some of the people on the program, boy, Mikey, what are you doing, boy? All right. Let's see who is there. Shireen. We have Zaka with us. Hello. How are you doing, Zaka? We also have Deborah with us. Big up to yourself, Deborah. We have with us as well Sharon, Rolander, and Celine. Angel is with us as well. Noreen is with us as well. And we see that Spice Girl is with us tonight. Esther is with us as well. And yeah, Charlene. Who else is with us? We have Sherry. and Yvonne, and the whole team. Cynthia is with us as well. Big up to you, Cynthia. And Denise is with us as well. So big up to you, Denise, all right? And Shireen, yes. Ezran, Ruby is with us as well. And Joyous. Thanks, guys. I'm going to touch base tomorrow, God's willing. Brenda, I see that you're there too. So thank you. And Kimo, well, you never miss. Thank you as well. And those of you who are there but you're not saying anything, well, we know that you're there. Thank you again for joining us. And Kireen and Raven, thank you very much. Khadija, I say thank you as well. And Kadi, girl, I'm so busy. I'll see you, okay? Forgive me. Okay, guys, take care, and we'll touch base tomorrow. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we all say, Ja! No! All the best.